Hello there, welcome to my channel. So Dreamforce just happened and today I want to talk to you about Agentforce 360 which was announced, and I want to provide my honest review of the strengths and weaknesses. So let's take a closer look. So Salesforce now is the platform for the agentic enterprise. What does that mean? Okay, so they announced Agentforce 360, okay, and a bunch of features, and the messaging coming out of Salesforce is, hey, humans and agents are gonna work together, okay, and there's gonna be an agent for every actor, okay. Some agents are gonna work behind the scenes, some agents are gonna work with the humans, okay, and they're going to be industry specific agents, all right, and they have provided a trust layer and an orchestration layer, and I'm going to talk about it, but that's the messaging coming out. Fine. And at the center they have data cloud, which is going to be, in my opinion, like the brain of Salesforce. All audit, everything goes there. So before I give you my honest review, I'm gonna take a step back, okay? And let's talk about how agents are built, and then talk about how Salesforce makes it easy. So if you take a step back, right, to build an AI agent, it's pretty complicated. If you want to do it yourself, you need a bunch of libraries, a bunch of functionality, and you have to tie it together, right? So let me give you an example. You need a RAG database, okay? You need to choose one, you need to tie it to your agent, right? And then you need connectivity to outside data sources. You need frameworks like LangChain, Crew AI, and then you need evaluation libraries, okay, and then you need a UI libraries, and then you need monitoring, and then you need inferencing. So bottom line is, if you want to create your own agent, it's a lot of heavy lifting. It's a lot of heavy lifting. And I've done this. I have worked on LangChain and Crew AI, and trust me, it is not easy stitching everything together to create a enterprise agent. Okay, so now is another view. If you want to create your own agents, it appears simple, but it's very complex. You need knowledge and you need to program all these libraries. So what Salesforce is trying to do is give companies the tools and make it easy to create agents. It wants to hide all this complexity and provide it as a service where companies can configure and they can easily create agents and go to market. Okay, they're also trying to adopt the best agentic AI industry practices. Okay, so let's take a closer look. So this is the Agentforce architecture. Okay, you can create an agent and expose it on any channel. They make it very easy. That way you don't need to deal with the UI frameworks. They give you a good reasoning engine, they call it Atlas, okay, and then they also allow connectivity to outside systems and agents. They provide the Agentforce platform. It provides tools to build your prompts, for evaluation, for governance, for observability. So this layer is also provided. You can configure, what you want to monitor, and all the audit, all the feedback goes to data cloud. Then they have an Einstein trust layer, where before sending any data to the models, it basically redacts it, and you can configure what data you want to send to models and what you don't want to send to models, right? And of course, it Agentforce system has RAG, it has vector databases. You can choose your own models, you can bring your own models. So as you see at a high level, right, all the tools, all the capabilities are here to build industry strength agents. So that's their direction. That's where they want to go already. So let's talk about areas to improve, in my opinion. Okay. Number one, they need to improve latency. So I created an agent which made two API calls, took the data, combined it with data from Salesforce. The inference time for that was 11 to 13 seconds. That's not acceptable. They need to really improve latency. Maybe they need to buy GPUs. Maybe they are running on CPUs. I don't know. But they really need to improve latency. Even in the testing center, when I want to create some synthetic data, it takes like minutes. I mean, synthetic data generation should be in seconds. Okay. Number two, they need to improve the accuracy of RAG based agents. I created an agent, I gave it a big PDF, IRS PDF, and the quality wasn't so good. All right, so they really need to improve the accuracy of RAG based agents. Number three, they also need to provide the capability for customers so that they can fine tune their own models. Meta is doing it, right? So this they need to do. Maybe not now, maybe later, but they need to really provide the tools so that companies can fine tune their own models on CRM data. Okay, point number four, they need to provide a conversational UI component just like ChatGPT as a standard component. Let me show you what I mean. So this is the interface today, and the agent comes over here, right? It looks like a second class citizen. What I'm saying is they need to provide a chat UI. This should be a standard component, just like Perplexity or ChatGPT, and provide CRM related tools over here. Okay, and this should be a standard conversational component, pluggable anywhere, and it should work against Salesforce data out of the box. It should just work. And they can create some Salesforce specific tools over here. So this component is needed so that when companies buy this license, it is working out of the box on entire CRM data. I can do deep research, I can do whatever I want against my CRM data. It just works. All right. Okay, this is very important. They need to provide support for open source models. Okay, right now they have model choice, but it's all Anthropic, OpenAI, Gemini. What about the smaller open source models? They should provide support for that, and it should be free. Okay, so for tasks like sentiment analysis or summarization, I don't need Gemini, I don't need big GPTs. I just need a small task specific model, and there are many of them out there. Just provide it, make it free of charge. This will increase adoption. Okay, and then they need to reduce the complexity. So today in the system, I find it very complex to create even a simple agent. I have to first create a prompt and then go to an agent and then create a topic and then create an action, and then I have to configure that action. And to configure the action is not straightforward. You got to know Salesforce terminology, and it is too brittle if I too many checkboxes to check. If I make a mistake, it doesn't work. So the setup, they need to make it easy, like 3-step process. Just like ChatGPT works out of the box, right? And then In ChatGPT, if you create a custom GPT, it is just one page and you upload your files and it works. In a similar manner, they need to make it three-step process, not multiple screens, multiple checkboxes, too much brittleness. And then let's say I have an agent which has 20 actions. Okay, it becomes very brittle, and I've experienced that. So they need to make it simple. The setup has to be simple. And the last thing is they need to adopt industry terminology. Okay, they don't need to create their own. Okay, so like standard terminology like functions, tools, synthetic data, reasoning plan, I see it absent. Okay, so just use industry terminology so that developers from outside can come in or experts from outside can help Salesforce people, and this will really drive adoption and make this a really solid product. It's already, they're going there, but this is my honest review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. See you soon.